Hi everybody and welcome to the explanation of the jury catalogue for Modern Classic Cup 2025. My name is Martijn and I will guide you through this catalogue. The Modern Classic Cup has been established to go back to the basics. With the basics, we really want to go back to the roots, meaning creating a good heat, functional waving, good essential oils and a good sauna experience. The basics of Aufguss. For the Modern Classic Cup, we ask the Aufguss masters to create a team, and this team will be the team for your whole Aufguss. It can be generic, just as a relaxation session or a good morning session or something stimulant or energizing. At the same time, it could also be something specific, like a forest bathing or a trip to Africa or a trip to the Provence. So we need a certain team, which you will match your music, your mood, your essential oils, so the team is quite important. What is also important is that this is not a show Aufguss, so we don't expect any props, we don't expect any storytelling or acting. Also clothing will be looked upon, which means you can wear general clothing that you wear daily in your sauna experience, but we don't want any costumes. So the team is important and we will ask as an Aufguss master that you hand this in before. Your team, your essential oils, and the experience that you want to create, okay? So let's now go over every category and see what, as a jury, we expect. Let's go. So the first category is professionalism, and this is on 10 points. We start with opening and closing, and this is very easy. It's the impression of the opening and the closing of the Aufguss. Is the explanation short and to the point? Do you also greet everybody? Do you greet the people? Do you look upon the people? Also the closing, is it a general closing? Is it a personal closing? And do the people also feel that there is a closing? So at the end of your session, we also expect you to be outside to greet the people and to thank the people. So this is just the general impression of the opening and closing of the Aufguss. This is on 2 points. The next one is organization, cleanness and hygiene. This is on 4 points, and basically we want to see that everything has its place and that you know its place within the cabin. So you know where your towels are, you don't have to go back to grab a towel. Do you know your buckets? Maybe they can be in the way. So make sure that everything has its place, that you know its place, that you don't have to search for anything. And at the same time, also that the hygiene rules are respected. That means that you clean your sweat off so we don't see sweat flying around the sauna. So that is organization, cleanness and hygiene, 4 points. The next one and the last one is your performance. And your performance is looked upon your charisma and your performance in the Aufguss, meaning eye contact, which is very important. Do you have a connection and do you make a connection with your guests? Your volume when you're speaking and your opening, for example, when you're speaking, do you speak with confidence? Do you have a safe and controlled performance, which is also important, also with your waving, and that people don't have to sit back. Also when you're waving, that you're not hitting things, or of course when things drop down, that is of course a deduction. And last but not least is also your fitness. That means that at the end of the Aufguss, do you still have a good fitness? And also when you go out, when you greet the people, we expect you to greet the people and not somewhere lay on your back out of breath. So this is your fitness. This is on 4 points. There can be some deductions, of course, dropping equipment, unprofessional behavior, and we expect that the Aufguss is between 12 minimum and maximum 15 minutes. Every 30 seconds exceeding this is a half a point down. We also deduct a point for acting and storytelling. So it's very important that you focus on modern classic. That means focus on bringing a good heat, having a good connection, functional waving, bringing nice essential oils throughout the rounds. Okay, so that's professionalism. That is on 10 points. The increase and distribution of the heat, that is on 12 points, which is very, very important. we have 6 points increase of the heat and 6 points distribution of the heat. Now, the increase of the heat, we look upon how linear it is. That means that you start with a basic heat, you bring it up, and at the end we expect a peak, and also called a heat shower, which is also important, for example, that in your first round you don't make it too hot, so you don't really have a stage of heat throughout your Aufguss. So be careful when you're waving as well. Definitely with classic waving, it could also happen that you wave the cold air up. So know how you do Aufguss. Bring the heat goes up, circulate it, bring it nicely down, and then bring it nicely to the side. So this is important, your increase of the heat and your distribution, which will look upon how your heat is distributed. Meaning, you will take a full towel and bring it to your guests. Do we feel the heat throughout our complete bodies, or do we feel it only on our feet, for example? How many times do we feel it? And also in comparison with the mood. When you have a soft, relaxing mood and you bring such heavy waves to us, it's not in comparison with your mood. So be careful how you wave, how soft or how hard you wave, how the heat shower comes to us, and how many times it comes to us. So this is really about the distribution. One important thing is also the thermal comfort. So at the end, we also look, was it not maybe too hot for the people throughout your session? So how's the thermal comfort for us as a jury member? That is completely on 12 points. Waving techniques. Waving techniques is on 10 points, and we refer to classic waving. Classic waving with modern transitions. That means that the waving should be functional. The first is the techniques. It's on 6 points. We expect you to bring waving that is functional, meaning that it brings heat and it brings air to us. Yeah? There can be a transition, and this transition can be towards the show, but one, maximum 2 transitions going back to classic. These show waves will not be judged. This means that if you throw and catch 3 times, well, we will not judge that. We will focus on the classic. We will focus on how smoothly everything is, how smoothly it is on your music, how it is comparison with your mood. We also will look how you bring your oils into circulation. So basically the basics. This is your mastery of the towel. 2 points on music harmony, waving with feeling, waving with the mood, listening to the beat, listening to the music. That's on 2 points, and your smooth transitions are on 2 points, going from one technique to another, which is supposed to be very smoothly. Yeah. Deductions. Towel drop is half a point for a reused towel. And what is also important here is that you can also use a fan. Yeah? A fan, we expect you not to do more than 2 minutes of waving with a fan, but this also brings lots of air, and we use this also a lot in modern classics. So you can use a fan not more than 2 minutes, and also the techniques that you will be using will be judged. Yeah? So be careful of that. Please don't use a fan too much. We want to see combination nicely with the towel as well, okay? Number 4, essential oils, usage and dosage on 10 points. Perception is very easy. 6 points on the perception of minimum 3 essential oils or essential oil blends. We ask not to use infusions, no smoke rituals. This is more for other competitions like Herbal Cup. Right here, we just want some essential oils. And the idea behind the perception is not the taste, but for us as a jury member, did we smell it or did we don't smell it? Was it too much or too less? This is the perception. Second is the use of water, ice, and products, and we expect, of course, a professional use. We want to see that you understand how the oven is working, where the heat is, how to put the ice balls on, how to cool down the stove, how to bring the essential oils up into the air, and then nicely spreading them around. Last but not least, the creativity and the quality. And this is important. We want to look on how your fragrance fits the theme. So how do you choose your essential oils? If you have a relaxing theme, for example, we expect you to use essential oils which are relaxing, like lavender or mandarin. We don't want you to use rosemary or peppermint, which is, for example, more energizing. If you, for example, have the theme Africa, we expect you to use essential oils that are actually from Africa or, for example, from Japan or whatever. So pick the right essential oils to your theme and to your mood that you want to create. You can also use a blend, or you can make your own blend. We just want to see how you picked your essential oils. Last but not least, number 5, experience and implementation. So this is also a new category. This is on 8 points, and the first one is experience on 3 points. What experience do you want to create, and did you actually met it? Meaning, when you, for example, created a relaxing, when your theme was a relaxing Aufguss, we're going to look at, did you met that? Were your the way that you were standing inside the sauna, did that met your relaxing theme? The way that you waved, the way that you picked your essential oils, the mood that you created, was that in line with the experience that you want to create? That's number 3 on experience. The second one is the atmosphere, of course, and this is an important one because on 3 points, we want to see if you catch the attention of the audience throughout the whole Aufguss. Meaning, did the people really were in your Aufguss, or maybe at one point they felt a little bored or something, or they were looking around. So this is really about the atmosphere that you're creating inside your Aufguss. And this is on 3 points. And last but not least, we also have sound and light. On 2 points, we're looking at the quality and the volume of your sound or your lights, which is not necessary. But for the sound, we're looking at, if you, for example, have 3 songs, were they nicely placed after each other? Were the one not a higher volume than the other, for example? Or the lights were not too dark or was not too bright? So does your lights that you put on or your sound matches the experience that you want to create? So this is the evaluation catalog for 2025. Aufguss VM Modern Classic Cup. I wish you lots of fun and lots of luck.